Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, June 10th, 2024, here for my weekly cross-stitching update. I have a good amount to share, so I think we should just jump right in. It's a little later than I usually stitch, or film, so hopefully I have time to get through everything. So first off, we'll do the administrative stuff. I was giving away a Teresa Wensler dragon last time, the storyteller. This was given to me by Chelsea, a fellow stitcher, and I just finished Dragon Ride, which is not the same pattern, but it's similar. So I thought this would be a good time to give it away. So I did the random comment picker, and Dawn Barney, you won, and I'll put your screenshot of your comment here. You said you wondered how long it would take you to finish, because 6 years is a long time. So I did mine in my Dragon Ride in 6 years, but this will be a fun one, and congratulations. So if you can let me know either Instagram, Etsy, or my email, stitchinmommy7@gmail.com. Let me know your mailing address and I'll get this out in the mail to you. Congratulations. And then I have another giveaway opportunity that was presented to me by the Historical Sampler Company. They approached me to give me a kit of their new Halloween mystery stitch along, which will be starting in July. And I don't stitch a lot of Halloween, and I'm kind of overcommitted with my stitchy plans at the moment, so I don't really want another summer stitch. But I thought it would be fun to support them, and they agreed to, I could do a giveaway for one of you to get the kit that I would have gotten. So, I will be putting pictures up here that they sent to me as like teasers of what is included. It's the Happy Halloween Stitch Along by Historical Sampler Company. And you'll get a PDF of the parts as they're coming out. I think the first part comes out July 8th. There's 4 parts. The last part will be August 19th. So just throughout the summer. But you'll also get either Aida or Linen. So if you win, you can tell me in the email when we talk. You can give me your email and mailing address to send to them, and they'll send it directly to you. Either Aida or Linen. And then they also have a luxury gift box with it that has a needle minder, drawstring project bag, floss drops, a Nerge hoop, and sparkly embroidery thread, and a tasty treat. So that's really exciting. And like, that sounds really, really fun, but I just don't want to commit to a stitch along personally. But I'm sure there's lots of you out there that would enjoy stitching along with this. So use the word Halloween in your comment if you want to be a part of that, and I will draw a winner next time. Please don't use the word giveaway or winner or win or free or any of those kinds of words. We want to make sure it goes to one of you stitchers. So that's really fun. So I'm thankful for their generosity to be able to offer that to you guys instead. So when I pick a winner next time, you'll contact me, give me your email and mailing address, and then I'll send it to them. And they'll send you your goodies. And the PDF releases on each release date, so you can stitch along with them. I also decided on an impromptu pattern purchase, as well as I'll probably be starting it next week, because just, you know, that's what you do. So Laura over at I Stitch Birds, she sent me a screenshot of a pattern that she had been looking at and said, you know what, you should stitch this because then I could watch you stitch it, which she said before. But for some reason, this particular pattern just kind of got to me and I couldn't get it out of my head. And eventually I thought, you know what, I need to stitch that. So this is kind of a bad printout, but it's close. It's called Ranunculus, which I guess is these flowers. They're like a very lacy rose, although I think goldenrods are also in there. I think that's the one, also in their family. But she has a bunch of these in her backyard there in Australia, and I have never heard of these. I think they look very familiar. They look just like roses to me, but I thought, you know what, they're not super complicated. My printout is not fantastic. I'll maybe put up a screenshot of the real one. It might be slightly better, but sometimes I avoid patterns that are just flowers because they can be full of confetti and hard to follow. This one is a digital pattern on the Cooler Design Studio website. Probably goes into Pattern Keeper, although I haven't technically tried it yet. And it looks simple. Like there's not a huge amount of colors. I'm going to put it on some 25 count khaki. This is what I started my Rainbow Princess on recently. So I want to do that. And I think I'll start it on the first day of summer, which is next week. So I'll give it 2 days right away, but I have a plan for it. So I think I want to give it a little bit more of a focus than just bringing it out for 2 days every year, like a lot of my other patterns. So maybe you'll see more of that in the future. So that'll be fun. I'll show it again next week because I'll be starting it next week along with another new start. All 2 new starts next week. But that's okay. It's all fun, right? So I'll start in on my temperature, my travel stitching. I also got the Stitch Quarterly from the Fat Quarter Shop came Friday or Saturday, but I'll show that at the very end so that if you don't want to be spoiled, you can sign off before I show that. So I will just do my stitching now and show that at the end. So this is Temperature Turtles, one of my designs, and I'm working now in June, which mine will probably not look that bright. So it's been much cooler here this year than previous years. But we finally have I think the hottest color so far this year, yeah. So this is where I'm at now. This is 28 count Caribbean Blue Jobelin by Witchell, 1/1 full cross. And while I was working on Simpsons on Monday and Tuesday, I also did the backstitching of April and May. So those are backstitched now. And then I did a little bit, this leg also was like the leftover floss from both of them. Finished up the leg. And then on Sunday, I did the patches for Sunday, or for this past week, plus 1 length of thread, which gave me this flipper and the head. So I'm all caught up. So this coming week, I'll probably do, I think I'll probably at least do this part. I don't know how many more patches are in the shell, but I'll probably do the rest of the legs and stuff too on Sunday. So yay! But this day, I believe, it's kind of hard to see. It's so small. It goes out of focus. Was 92. That's the hottest it has been yet this year, which is not hot at all compared to previous years. But I am enjoying it. It's very, very pleasant this year. Unusually so. And then I did get a little bit of work done on Cats and Hearts. Not a ton, but I had some time in like orthodontist appointments with my kids. It was a little bit bonus and things of that nature. So this is June, and I managed to get all the turquoisey blue colors finished and a couple more links in the kitty cat, so not too shabby. Here is this one, 25 count white, even weave, 1/1 full cross. Looking pretty fun. So I think I'll probably do the corally red color next, which will be all the strawberries, and then I'll do the greens last. I'm kind of liking doing one set of colors at a time. It's a little easier to kind of see where you're going than doing, I think one of the early, maybe February, I would flip back and forth between the lightest green, the lightest pink, the next lightest green, next lightest pink, and back and forth. But I think I am liking this. Last month and this month, I did it this way where it's all one color, all 5 shades, and then switch the next color, all 5 shades. That seems to be a nice way to do it. So I might continue to do that on the future ones as well. Now that we're into summer, I'm not exactly sure how often I'll get that one out. So I'll have to make a point to pull it out here and there, I think. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of time I get on it this coming week. I also worked on Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Castle Homecoming Club. I actually worked on this a little bit on 2 different days. I never write this one down. That's so funny. I worked on it twice and it's not written down on my planner at all. I forget about it sometimes. But when I called my sister, which is my typical time to work on it, and I had a call with Colette, the highway stitcher, and I worked on it then too. So here is this one, and I'll do the before and after of just the top. This is light blue, ice blue, 28 count Lugana 1/1 full cross. And hopefully you can see some differences. I got some grass done, one length of grass over here, which was nice. I did the yellow, so the sunshine and the banner, and this horse was a different yellow actually. I did the little knights. Now they need, I think I'm working on the hair of this. I did the hair on this horse, so I'll do that color everywhere else it occurs too. And then I'll go back and do the hair on that horse too, I think. I'll see. This coming week, I'll actually give this some extra time because I'm planning to work on this for 2 full normal stitching rotation days on Wednesday and Thursday. To try to get some proper progress on this, I'll pull the whole thing forward in case I do, you know, more on it than just at the top. I'll be focusing up here, but who knows, I might do some down below if I have more on my needle or something. I'm hoping to get the grass done and the clouds done, maybe the magic in the sky, things like that that are a little bit more boring, but need to get done. So when I work on it with my friends, I can just do the fun stuff. So that'll be nice to kind of get it moved along a little bit faster. So hopefully next week you'll see a good amount done on that one. And I also worked on, this is another one I don't think I wrote down. My flower teapot. When I talked with my friend Desiree, we're working on this together. So I am working up here in the rose teapot. So I decided to focus in on the roses themselves. I did the leaves up here, and then I did a little bit of backstitching and then continued on working on the pinks so that eventually I can backstitch the roses. But I thought it would be fun to color complete the roses once I got that top bit done. So here is this. This is 32 count Tiki Oasis linen by Oak Crown Studios, and it's 2/2 full cross, and the backstitching is 1 strand. I love it. It's so pretty. So I did the bud and the leaves, and then I was color completing at least that one color. I think I finished it in the roses. So next time I'll probably keep going on the roses. I'll work on this roughly every couple weeks. So that's a fun one. Very pretty. All right, my main projects this week. I started out with Simpsons, which is my husband's piece. It's currently still a secret. So this is the cover page for this one. And I discovered if I can do at least 300 stitches every month, I can get it done in 3 years to gift him on his 50th birthday. So that's the plan. And this week, or this month, yeah, it is this week actually. This week I got a total of 456 stitches. So that's great. More than I need. And this is 40 count Verdal 1/1 half cross. And the first day was 185 stitches, second day 271 stitches. Now it is at 52.14%. Finished 3 colors and then just 1 length of a few other colors. So I did some yellow all over. I think that's one of the ones I color completed. There's a couple light grays I color completed. And then I did some like brown and black, I think, over here to kind of fill in some lines. So no block stitching, but there was some outline, several outline colors. So hopefully you saw a difference there. I will look forward to pulling that out next month again. So along with that, I worked on my temperature turtles to get the backstitching finished, which was great. I'm happy I had time to do that. And then I also got, once the turtles were done, I got a head start on my next project. I did a little bit of this on Tuesday. My Shine Bright, yeah, it's upside down. My Shine Bright sampler by the Fat Quarter Shop. using their RE Floss conversion. And you could find this in the Bonnie and Camille Quilt Bee book. And then their color conversion is a separate one that you could find on their website. And I had fun with this one too. There's a lot to go in the May section. The May section is very stitch heavy, so I did not get that finished, but I had fun. I decided not to include the June portion like I originally thought I might. So these flying geese, the bee, and the house is all the May section, and this big thing is the June section. So I thought maybe I'll do them all at the same time while I have certain things on my needle. Well, these two colors up at the top were not really in here, so I would have to like count down to use some of these colors, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna focus in on May. There's plenty to do over here, so I'm gonna do May to completion, then I'll move over to June, and I think that'll be better for taking pictures for Instagram too. So I'm just gonna stick with May. I've got it about maybe a third or half, maybe not quite half done, so maybe a third finished. So this is where this is at now. This is 40 count Morganite linen by Fiber on a Whim, 1/1, just kidding, 1/2 full cross with the RE Floss conversion. And this is May. So you can see the white in there. It's the only time the white's used. So that color is actually done now. In the wings of the bee and the windows of the house. There's more background around the bee. That takes the longest time. But I think I will now do the house colors and, you know, keep working on these flying geese as those colors appear over here. So I'm not sure when I'll get back to this. I would like to maybe chip away at it little bits here and there as I have extra time. Possibly might happen this summer. Since I'm home, I'm not like driving the kids all over everywhere, so it's possible. I'm not sure. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get some more regular chip away progress on that one. That would be nice. But I gave that 2 days and a little bit this week as my main stitchy project, so that was good. My last project for, just kidding, second to last, my last main project for the week, not the weekend, was Elegant Lady with a Bouquet. And this was my first Whip Go piece for June. This is the Heaven and Earth Designs and artwork by Emile Vernon. This is the mini, and I thought it had plenty of detail, so that was fun. It's really pretty. I didn't get quite as much progress as I would have liked. The very first day I worked on it, we had game night just as a family. There was other things going on. I only got 45 stitches on that day, but I got 559 on Saturday, so that kind of made up for it. For a total of 604 stitches, so not too bad. This is 25 count, I believe, Barley vintage cloth, 1/1 full cross, and 604, like a full cross, full coverage project. If I can get more than 500 in 2 days, that's a good amount. So I was kind of hoping for a little bit more than that, but I still am happy with what I did. So I'm picking colors as I go across in the 10 by 10 blocks now. So some of it ended up over here, kind of filling in that, but most of it was here in the bow. This tip of this bow was in the 10 by 10 grid, so that, like from like here up, is completed. And I started to pick a couple symbols in this one too. And then I was just stitching them wherever they went, here or over here. So till my thread ran out. Yeah, so that's fun. This is a fun one. I'll keep this one on my short list of things to do. I keep toying with various options for plans for next year. I'm thinking strongly of not doing Whip Go and instead being a little more loose with what I work on and being able to kind of plan it by the month or by the week instead of a year in advance. I have an idea of maybe some themes for months, or I might start picking up some like acrostics to kind of look through my whole whip list and kind of fritz around a little bit more and touch more things. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do, but I might want to be a little bit more loosey-goosey next year. We'll see. I'll stick with keeping my family pieces and stuff a little purposeful in making sure those get done. But with everything else, I kind of want to have a little bit more freedom. So we'll see. Lastly, I worked on Celtic Ladies collage. I'm working on the summer one. This is my Sunday stitch for June, and I'm pretty happy with what I got done with this one. Almost 300 stitches, 298. But I finished my string. I couldn't get any more out of it, so that's the way it goes. I will see if I can just show this like this. There's stuff behind it, but this is Summer Quadrant, and I finished her hair, which is great. And then I started in on some of the border elements. It's dark green and dark blue. The dark green is all done except for a little bit in her basket, but it was a little bit too far away to count, so I'll finish that up later. And then I started in on this color, which is also in the border. I can't tell if it's better this way than with the white behind it, but her skin, I was noticing in editing before, it looked a little odd, but in person it looks nice. So it's a color conversion, but it looks nice in person, so I'm going with that. So that's all of it. So yeah, I'm happy with her. I'll keep pulling her out and seeing how much I can do this month. She will get a little bit more, as I complete those colors, some more in her dress, or some. She doesn't have any dress yet. Her dress will start to show up, and so she'll look a little bit closer to what spring looks like now, which will be fun. I guess we can go into plans. This coming week, normally I would probably launch into Visit Endor, which is my oldest son's piece, but instead I'm gonna not give that a proper rotation here in June or in July actually, because I am planning to do Tour de France Full Coverage Fanatics Challenge. I haven't done that in a couple years, but it's kind of fun. And I think it would be really fun to do with Visit Endor, because I think it would be easy to get the daily stitches without, like, in addition to my other stuff, because Visit Endor is very fast and easy with block stitching. And so this is the calendar where you have a specific amount of stitches each day, and they're not huge amounts. It goes up over 200 a couple times, but most of the time it's 100 something or less, and a lot of it is 100 something or close to 200, I guess. So like high hundreds. Anyways, I think it'd be pretty fun to do. If I do all of it, it will be 3,492 stitches, which is plenty for 2 months worth of stitching on Visit Endor. So instead of the Visit Endor rotation that I would have done, I'm gonna have a second new start with that ranunculus piece that I talked about. So that'll be next week. I also have another new start next week. So this week I'm gonna skip over the Visit Endor and go to my next son's piece and do Bear Time Stories, which is always fun. I love this one. And yes, this is for when he graduates high school. It is a little childish looking, but he loves it. He's younger now, but I think he will still love it then. He loves reading, he loves bears, he loves dragons. So I think he's going to continue to love this, and it will give him memories of his childhood. So I think it'll be fine. This is Randall Spangler, and I am doing the mini, and I am doing it on 40 count for doll, just like my Simpsons piece, 1/1, half cross. So this is where this is at now. I'm doing extreme cross country, choosing symbols with the least amount of stitches at this point. And right now I'm at where they have they still have at least 200. So there's a good chunk of stitching with each color at this point. So that's the starting point. And then I'll do Castle Homecoming Club for 2 days. This one I'll do today and tomorrow. I'll do Castle Homecoming on Wednesday and Thursday, and then I get to pull out my second With Go piece for June. Trying to figure out what month we're in. And this is Fairy Tale Town, originally by Abris Art. That's what this one looks like. And it's very long and skinny, and I am doing it on my own fabric, 1/1, 28 count. That's my start. It's very small. I started this a little bit ago with Julie from Stitching at the Cabin. She's got a lot more on hers and it looks amazing, but I only did a little bit when I first started it with her and then kind of haven't gotten back to it. She even thought I might have UFO'd it. I'm like, no, it's still in my progress, still in my whip pile. I just haven't got a chance to work on it. So I'm excited to get back to this for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and see how much I can get done. I'm starting a little differently location than I usually do on that one because it's so long and skinny and I stitch in hand. I decided to, let's show you. Usually I would have started in the top right-hand corner of a project, top left-hand corner of a project. But because I stitch with my left hand, I wanted it to roll up the part that I'm not stitching on yet. So I'm gonna I started over here. And all of this is rolled up and I'll unroll it as I go and go this way. So it'll be a little backwards from what I usually do, but it'll be the safest for my stitching. So that's the plan for that one. And then I'll work on Celtic Summer a little bit more on Sunday. So that's the plan. I'm excited about that. So I think that's everything I have to show other than the Back Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. So if you are signed up for the Stitch Quarterly and you have not yet received yours, you could sign off now and you won't be missing anything if you don't want a spoiler. So if you have already gotten yours or you don't have it and you just want to see, enjoy. It's very cute. So here is the bag. Very busy bee bag. Some of their bags are a little bit more, more understated. But this one is like super cute. Lots going on that bag. The bees and the leaves. So there's what they had included in this one was, I guess I'll pull it all out. They have a needle minder, the cute little pot of honey, DMC thread, and a needle. So those are kind of bee colors. Their fabric is Berkshire Hive 14 Count Ada by Fabric Flair. So that's fun, bee hive fabric. And it goes pretty well with all the colors. I think that'll be nice. And the pattern, I guess I'll show you the big pattern, is Be My Honey, which is very cute. And they stitched it on that beehive fabric. There you can see it. And it's got the honey pot, like on the needle minder, so it all matches. Matchy, matchy. And the pretty leaves and bees that are like the project bag. So that's fun. It also comes with a 7x7 design board. So this is like a hard board with like felt fuzzy stuff on the front. So I think you can use it for, it's like a mini quilt design board that you could lay out your blocks. So if you have a tiny block, you could do it there, or you could use it to lay your threads and things on as well for stitching. So that's really cute. Yeah, so that's fun. Lots of cute stuff. Won't you be my honeybee? So there's that one. That's what the Stitch Quarterly was for this month. And I don't know 100% if they might have extras available on the website, or eventually I think they'll have it piecemeal to buy. But it's also, you could sign up for the quarterlies going forward, I think. So as the name implies, they come out once a quarter. So I think that's everything. And I hope you have a wonderful week, whatever you're working on, and happy stitching. Bye.